What's up, y'all? It's popping in today. About to react to this vid by a bando. It's titled "How Bruce Dropemoff Became the Most Hated Streamer." Okay, someone sent me this, told me to check it out. So let's see what they have to say about Brucey. Let's watch.
So over the years, BruceDropEmOff has become one of the biggest streamers in the world, and over the years,
Is he
thousands
the
of
most
people
hated
have grown
though?
to love him, and at one point, he was many people's favorite streamer.
That
But
is
within the
true.
past 2 years, it seems like all of that love that BruceDropEmOff was once receiving is now turning into a form of hate. But why and how exactly does BruceDropEmOff manage to get all of this hate on the internet? Well, that's probably what you're going to figure out. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the trap house with the biggest trapper. And while you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community. Now, with all of that being said, let's get into how BruceDropEmOff became the most hated streamer on the internet. Okay, so if you've been watching Bruce at all over the years, then you know that him speaking his mind is nothing new to BruceDropEmOff at all. In fact, BruceDropEmOff's rise to becoming one of the biggest streamers literally all started about 8 years ago when he was in his room just roasting other big streamers within the community.
I don't with you, bro. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't with you, nigga. So wait, stop DMing me asking me for a feature, bro. I don't with you, bro. Deadass.
And over time, BruceDropEmOff began getting a name within the 2K community, and this led to him expanding more and more, and then eventually making his way over to the quote-unquote poggers community. And honestly, he was one of the first streamers that I give credit to for really merging like the quote-unquote W and L community with the poggers community. Now I feel like that whole thing is like slowly starting to fade away, but Bruce was definitely like one of the first streamers I feel like that was a heavy part of both. And with Bruce being tapped in with both of these communities, of course it came to a point where he would start growing rapidly, and he quickly became one of the biggest streamers on all of Twitch, as well as building a core fan base that goes by the name of DEO. And with the connections he made by being tapped in with the poggers community, this all led to him joining an organization which is very popular within the poggers community that goes by the name of OTK. But I would say
the poggers? What is he saying? What is that?
One of the many mistakes that Bruce has made throughout his career, because I feel like this is when Bruce's career would like slowly start going downhill. So shortly after joining OTK, some drama has started happening with a few of the members that involved them getting exposed and having some very serious allegations against them. So this ultimately led to BruceDropEmOff leaving the entire organization. And when he left OTK, he would start beefing with one of the other members of OTK that goes by the name of Miskip. Now, I'm sure all of you probably know Miskip. He's a very big Twitch streamer within the poggers community. He was also one of the key parts of the organization OTK. And this would lead to BruceDropEmOff completely falling out with Miskip entirely.
Miskip, stop texting my phone. You are blocked. Again, don't ever come at me like that ever a day in your fucking life. I did way more for you than I was even supposed to. You're supposed to be sending good energy, nigga. I should have left when your bitch ass got exposed. It's just weird energy because I left.
So that was like the first little minor wave of hate that Bruce would receive. But to fast forward, because we could literally be here all day talking about like all the drama Bruce has been through. So as most of you probably know, while Bruce was streaming on Twitch, he also became very close friends with Your Rage, and he will also eventually become very good friends with another streamer by the name of Shanell. And these three streamers, when they were friends, it was probably like the biggest trio on Twitch. They always did collabs. In fact, they had a very popular like title for their collab, which was Boys Night. And that would even grow into something a little more bigger than that. They would even start like their own mini group titled DYK. And it really did start to seem like this trio was going to become one of the biggest streaming groups that there was. Like they even planned to release merch at one point, although I don't ever think it ended up dropping. And sadly, this whole DYK thing would eventually all be very short-lived, because as time passed, it seemed like Bruce started drifting away a little bit from Shanell and Your Rage. For a period of time, fans wanted to know where the DYK streams were at. Why weren't we getting any more Boys Night streams? What was going on with the three? Were they still friends? And no one would really know what was going on with the whole DYK thing all the way up until October 12th, 2023. And this day would end up being one of the worst moments of BruceDropEmOff's entire streaming career, because one of his moderators at the time would end up leaking BruceDropEmOff's messages from a Twitter group chat, and the messages that he leaked were pretty bad.
Their streams were really entertaining too.
Just talking bad
I watched
about his current friends at the time, Your Rage and Shanell, and also streamers like Aiden Rawls and Speed. And he was even talking about Lil Yachty, who was also one of his good friends at the time as well. And honestly, most of these messages really stem from BruceDropEmOff feeling like these streamers were stealing his content ideas. Like one of the screenshots was him talking to Your Rage about a potential trip to Japan, but Your Rage told him that he couldn't make it due to being busy. And shortly after having this conversation with Rage about going to Japan, Kai and Speed would announce that they were planning to go to Japan for
This was so dumb. Like, he acting like he the only nigga that could go to Japan. Like, a lot of people was going to Japan around this time because they opened up again for tourists. For the longest, they wasn't letting nobody in their country for a minute. Even after all of the other countries, you know, loosened up on the restrictions, the COVID restrictions, and they started letting people travel to their country. Japan was the only one, well, one of the only few that was like, nah, y'all niggas still can't come. But around this time, they finally released the restrictions and said, okay, you know, tourism went back to normal. So a lot of people kind of rushed and went to Japan around this time. So I didn't understand why he got so pressed about this. That was so weird.
Their show that they were doing like on Rumble.
3, 2, 1. We are going to Japan!
And the dates that they just so happened to go to Japan was also the time that BruceDropEmOff was planning to go to Japan with your Rage. So this would lead to Bruce basically saying that he felt like Rage was the one that told Kai about it, and they ultimately stole his idea. And he will also
travel
because he started playing CSGO on stream, like doing case openings and things like that. And then Kai would eventually follow up by playing CSGO. It's really just a lot that went on with that entire situation. But like that whole thing is relatively old now. But this would basically be the end of BruceDropEmOff's friendship with your Rage and Kai Shanell.
You need to go to therapy if that's how you feeling, bro. You need to do that, bro. Because I don't respect it at all, bro. And I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't want to do shit with you no more. I don't want to be associated with you no more because it is too dangerous to have a nigga like that in my circle.
And he would start receiving like crazy amounts of hate. Like I really believe the reason why everyone hates him now is because of that one situation. Even though Kai Shanell and Your Rage has both moved past it now, like they don't really mention Bruce
that was
at
some
all
snake
anymore.
shit. And I think people were also really pissed because they really liked their boys' night, that DYK shit. So Bruce like single-handedly ruined that. So people were also mad that they wouldn't get those streams anymore.
It's even worse. He had recently joined Kick during this time, so that's around the time he started becoming like more edgy and saying like a lot of crazy things on the stream. And with him being on Kick, in these messages, he also said something about Aiden Ross, who he was also very good friends with at the time as well. They was doing a lot of content together because they were both on Kick. It seemed like they were really good friends, at least on camera. So this would lead to him getting even more hate from Aiden's community. And you know, once them AR loyals hate you, it's like bad forever. Like they're gonna start doing everything they can to make your life like terrible, bro. So with all of this hate that Bruce started receiving while he was on Kick, this would all end up leading to his viewership dropping massively. Now people could have started receiving while he was on Kick. This would all end up leading to his viewership dropping massively. Now, people could have their own reasons as to why they think his viewership dropped. You can say it's because of the hate. You can say it's because he's on Kick and Kick is a dead platform. Or you could just run with this narrative that he quote-unquote fell off. But his Kick contract would eventually come to an end, and he switched back to Twitch. His numbers would end up skyrocketing once again. And he will also manage to gain over 13,000 subscribers in just his first 2 weeks of being back on Twitch. So whether you hate him and say he fell off or whatever the case may be, clearly that wasn't the case when he first came back. But he would end up getting even more drama. Of course, it's Bruce. Of course, he ends up in drama. He's going to crash out, whatever the case may be, right? So when he originally came back to Twitch, he was talking about all the problems that he had on Kick, and he would once again say some negative things about Aiden Ross and his entire group, like SSB, as well as getting into like a little minor beef with SQC because he was talking so bad about the entire Kick platform. BruceDropEmOff would manage to stay drama-free for about 2 weeks, which ended up being like a record for him at this stage of his career. But he would end up going on his burner account and saying like a lot of like slurs and whatnot. And this would lead to his burner getting banned on Twitch, which also meant that he couldn't stream on his main account because it would be like a ban evasion, which would result in him getting permanently banned. So he would end up taking like another 2 to 3 week break away from streaming. So he would use this time to go on vacation in Japan while he was banned. And once he managed to get unbanned, he would make his return to streaming. And he managed to stay drama free for about 3 days, all the way up until July 8th, where he would get in a lot more drama and receive a lot more hate. Because around this time, this is where the whole like Sketch situation happened, where Sketch had got massively exposed online about like things he used to do in his past life and everything. We're not even gonna get into that. I posted a video about it if you want to go watch it. But BruceDropEmOff.
Wait, I remember somebody said that he had like a gay OnlyFans account or something.
It didn't go live, but he would make like a lot of jokes about the situation and do a whole lot of trolling and just give his overall opinions on this entire Sketch situation.
Why are you worried about it?
It's in my ass, brother. Slide it in. Take it out. Pineapples. Oh my God, Sketch, yes. You came out the closet, yes. Yes, let me that fat white ass. Like everybody that nigga literally wants to Kim, bro. I know y'all.
And if you know BruceDropEmOff, you know that that's what he literally made his career off of. Trolling, making jokes, getting people upset. That's what he does. That's always been Bruce. Like, his core community knows that he's not really meant to be taken like as serious as people are taking him. But of course, this would end up upsetting a lot of people. Like, people were wishing death on him. People were wishing that he got banned again. Like, people were literally just wishing the absolute worst for Bruce because of the things that he was going live and saying about Sketch, as well as like all the things he already done in the past.
Y'all make a couple jokes. Y'all over here sending me death threats. I had to go buy 13 new guns. What's wrong with y'all?
And after receiving all the hate for that, he would once again...
You can't brush everything off by saying, oh, he's trolling. You just can't take it seriously again. That's not a defense. That don't mean people have to like what you're saying. There are consequences to everything you say. And we're in a day and age right now where people no longer think being homophobic is funny. Actually, it's the flip side. People think acting gay is funnier, way funnier. But you just being homophobic, like, so what, this nigga gay? Who cares? Like, what they gotta do with you? So I feel like people aren't as open to thinking that shit is funny because they're just like, all right, you just being homophobic, you just being a bigot. And it's not even that funny. If you gonna be a bigot, you gotta at least be funny with it. Like, so undeniably funny where people have to laugh. But if you're not, then people are gonna be like, all right, this is kind of weird because who cares?
Take another break from streaming, and this time he will be gone for another 2 to 3 weeks, but he will be active on his Twitter account, like promoting like his artists and all of that with his Ball Hall record label. But this time his time away from streaming would be extended because he's also going through some drama in his personal life involving like a breakup with his longtime girlfriend and things like that we're not even into because it's none of our business. I'm really just here to talk about like the actual.
But he making fun of gay people, as you got on full face to make.
Stream just a few hours ago on July 28th, and this stream was literally just meant to be like a little heart-to-heart between him and his viewers, explaining to his viewers what was going on within his personal life. But while he was streaming, another streamer who's a member of the new FaZe clan who goes by the name of Lacey was also streaming, and people was coming into Bruce's chat basically saying like, yo, Lacey's talking about you, he's talking crazy. And this would lead to Bruce basically saying he doesn't care about Lacey, he doesn't care about FaZe or anything like that.
Nigga, you think I give a if Lacey is live, nigga? That fat white ass nigga. You think I give a FaZe?
And after saying that on stream, he would receive some messages from FaZe Banks, and then FaZe Banks would end up calling him, and he would end up saying some pretty crazy things.
What?
Yo, just know I'm back in the shit.
What? Okay. Oh, you and you for real?
I'm gonna take one. Watch. I'm gonna make an example out of you.
There's more to this story. I react to it.
Like tomorrow.
Now, after that, things would become more serious with Bruce saying that he's going to be in LA and blah, 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 all this and all that. And just a lot of trolling that ended up happening between the two. And FaZe Banks would end up making a post on Twitter tagging Bruce's girlfriend and even end up posting like the current weather in the city of Atlanta, which is where Bruce and his girlfriend are from. Basically hinting at like he was going to pull up or come to Atlanta or whatever he wanted people to get from that message. And Bruce would just continue trolling the entire FaZe clan while on stream. And he would eventually end up leaking more of the messages that FaZe Banks sent him. And then he would just completely end his stream. He announced that he was going to be taking a very long break away from streaming this time because he has other things he wants to focus on and let them things grow. And he would really just say that being on the internet hasn't really been as fun as it used to because of all of the hate that he was receiving. So he wanted to focus more on other businesses and other real life things in drama because he gets actual love in real life. So why would he be on the internet just getting a lot of hate? So we don't necessarily know when the next time we're going to see BruceDropEmOff.
Here's the thing: if you're going to build this reputation based off being a troll and saying all this shit to upset people, you have to be prepared for the consequences of that. You have to be prepared for all of the hate that you're going to get. So it just seems like it became a bit too overwhelming for him, but he brought this on himself at the end of the day, and he burned so many bridges with so many like really big creators on these platforms that he did attract a lot of hate from all of their communities as well. So yeah, I just feel like he did a lot of self-sabotage, which is unfortunate. But I mean, I already knew about these situations. I already reacted to them individually, pretty much. I didn't know about the things he was saying about Sketch though. So him including that was kind of disturbing. Like, cause why do you care? This man is gay and he does have, gay shit on OnlyFans. Like, so did you watch it? Like, you imitating things that was said, it seems like. So that's kind of weird. Now we questioning you. Like, why are you so interested in what a gay nigga is doing? Like, let him be gay. So what? So, yeah, that was a little off, but sure. Hopefully he gets it together. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want to watch, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.